Good morning. Welcome back to the Wildings Landing. I've got a lot to bring you today, but I want to start with being thankful. And I could go on and on. I could literally preach on this right now, but I will try to sum it up. Water is my biggest struggle out here. We really don't have adequate catchments for the usage. We go through periods of dry spells and they rack me. They rattle me. I get freaked out when we're low on water. And that is not for drinking, but it is for irrigation. And I really struggled the beginning of this week um, when we were really dry and my peppers were literally dying. And I'll show you that. I'm watching, and I just struggle. And not only a physical struggle, but a spiritual struggle, questioning about, why do I have the heart to do what I'm doing? But I'm not, the provisions aren't there. And I kept hearing time after time that still small voice saying, plant something, trust me. And, okay. And every day this week, I have been faithful to plant something and do something toward our goals here, regardless of what things looked like. And David has been working on getting the materials for a well. I'll explain what you're seeing here in a minute. And we have a guy that has offered his services in coming and doing a shallow well for us. So we've been working on getting those materials. Last night, David was going through the checklist, hi Cora, of what we still needed, how soon I could contact this gentleman, and all of a sudden, a light bulb came on. And he looked at me and he's like, come with me, come on. I just thought of something that I just had never thought of before. I just didn't think of this. Come here. And this is a well, no, back up a little bit. This is a well that my neighbors put in for me several months ago. And we've always had technical issues with it. It just, we didn't, it was us, not our neighbors. Let me make that very, very clear. The check valve may be in the wrong place. That's not a big deal. But it was us. Anyway, David came out. He pulled this pipe, which is quite long, and I'm not going to pull it all the way out, up. Did y'all see that? Did I get that on camera? One more time in case I didn't. But pulled that up. We put the strongest, sturdiest hose we have, which is that one, down. Used our killer little pump. Love this thing. Love this thing. Got it at Harbor Freight. It has not ever let me down. It is a little workhorse. And, hooked the extension cord to the generator and gave it a shot. Guess who watered until it started raining? Yeah, that was me. With tears in my eyes, thanking the Lord that something so simple, it was just a brain block. We all get them. We all deal with that. But that was removed, and you can believe what you choose to believe, and I would never judge you for it. But I believe that the hand of God just here. And I am so thankful. I was going to save this to the end of the video, but I didn't. I was convicted as soon as I thought about saving it to the end of the video. You don't praise God last, you praise God first. And so, start off with a very, very thankful heart this morning. I woke up throughout the night. We had rain throughout the night, which again, thankful. And very, very thankful. And I kept waking up throughout the night, hearing the rain and just thanking God. Just, just so I didn't sleep much. If I sound a little groggy, I am. I'm tired. But on to what's growing on. Okay. These are two little mulberry. Can you even see that thing? Two little mulberry cuttings that have been in the front yard, or up by the driveway. I say front yard, backyard, yeah. Up by the driveway for a couple of years, and they die off, they come back, they die off, they come back. It's like they're just not getting enough sun. They're not getting something that just wasn't the right place for them. They're the same age as my mulberries right over there that are producing like crazy for me all the time. So we moved them. My son came out and helped me for a day, put in a lot of work for me for the day. And we planted these here. He dug them up and we moved them. So we're going to keep those on watch and see what happens. I move my hose. I feel so blessed to even be able to say I'm going to move my hose. And we'll take a walk in here. Now, I usually walk around with Castile soap and water in a spray bottle at this time of day because I am petrified of those giant grasshoppers. So if we see one of those, we're turning around. I don't care what I'm showing you. I'm just letting you know. I don't like those things. Anyway, Burgundy bush beans. Not doing so great is an understatement around here, right here. But we are starting some more. I think some of this could be heat related. I don't know whether or not it was nutritional related. It just died off. And like I said, I think a lot of it's heat related. Maybe it's just not a variety for us. I'm going to keep trying. We'll test it out in some different situations and make that determination. These were two, and they're obviously struggling too. There's another one there and there. The next row we have green crop green beans, and they're doing much better. They're not, the grasshoppers have been brutal. One reason I dislike them, just one. But I've got a lot of blooms on it, and this one's pretty young, so we'll see what happens there. I've got, again, more of them coming. This was a green crop that completely died off, and this is a young one too. And this is my oldest one in here, which I haven't really harvested from yet, but green beans are always good. So we have a volunteer. I paused this video to yell at my dog for a minute. Cora! I apologize. Sometimes she acts like she's never met my neighbors. And just goes into bark mode. So I had to make her hush and remind her that she knows him. Okay, on to our peppers. And again, I know they look rough. Some have been really drought tolerant though. I have to be very thankful in that aspect too. I think that these are a bell. None of these got labeled really. So it's always a guess of what I'm actually harvesting. But whoa, look at that big old beauty. Holy, can y'all see this? Let me see if I can get a different angle. Can y'all see that pepper? Look at that. That might be the biggest pepper I've ever grown. Holy macaroni, Batman. Wowzers. And that's through drought. So that's through it being pretty dang dry. This one, you see more of what I'm dealing with some of their varieties. They just, they're not taking this wetness so well. Oh yeah, I should have brought that Castile soap. This little bug, I don't know if I'm going to catch it, is hellacious on my peppers. That one. See if I can zoom in on it. See if my camera will cooperate. It's not a camera, it's my phone, but it's the camera in my phone. Those little things. I've been spraying them with Castile soap. So, I'll get out here and spray that, because they're not going to, or I'll just harvest that pepper and let it ripen in the kitchen. Oh, it wanted to come right off anyway. Cool beans. Look! Big pepper. Here, let me get you off of Zoom so much. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Look at that big old pepper. Like I said, I don't know what those dang little bugs are, but they're not getting that pepper. And down here, we've got some more that are struggling, that are dying off, and I'm sure it's a lack of water. But who knows? With adequate water, maybe I can bring them back. Beautiful volunteer basil. And some more peppers, lots of blooms, little guys there. This is a smaller variety of bell. This one, I've never gotten a big pepper on this one, but little multicolors. It's one of those bugs. I planted that little guy yesterday. Just grew him out. I've got a lot of peppers coming. Got some there. Cora! Cora! And this is a Jimmy Narvello. This is the only one that ironically got a list. It got a tag. So, that one I know. And it's a sweet chili. I'm really enjoying it too. We're eating it and everything because I've got a couple of plants of it and they're quite productive. It's another green crop green bean. And down there, right there, is a Burgundy. And that's a green crop. I'm going to put some green beans in here and see if maybe... No, the stem just broke on that pepper. See if maybe the shade from this lattice will help. And on the other side of the lattice... Cora! Oreo! Come! Cora! Pato's going to laugh at you for barking at him. This is a small corn plot. I've got, let's see if I can kind of distinguish them. I have 5 rows. I have, where's my finger? 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, some germination issues down there, and 4. And I might come back and plug in where I had things didn't germinate well. This is Peaches and Cream from Hostels, and it is the first of 2 corn plots. The other one's a lot bigger. All right, onward. Can't believe the size of this pepper. Yesterday, I planted these, and I've got 2 more plants. I know only 1 hole, but I have 2 more plants that are coming out here. These are Small Wonder spaghetti squash. Put 3 of those in here. And that is a Golden Delight zucchini. And I have 2 midget melon cantaloupes. The vines are supposed to only get like 3 feet long. This is a tiny garden. This is maybe, I don't know, 10 by 12, something like that. I don't know. I've told you before, I don't know how big this one is. But, I'm going to fill it up. See how these do for us for fall. Our red roselle. Some of the red roselle, I've got it planted a lot of places. But this is one of our roselle plants. We've got a bigger, even prettier one right here. And one right here. Those look real pretty. I've got sunflowers planted between them that are about a foot tall. Those will come up and look real nice. And back in here, we transplanted a strawberry guava. I had this one in Jensen, and used to be very, very productive in Jensen. Very productive. And since I moved it, it hasn't done much. I get blooms, but I don't get fruit. So we moved it. This was again out by the driveway, and it is more shadier out there than where it had been before. So we unpotted it, got it in the ground, got some compost around it, and I have never even seen transplant shock on it. It didn't mind being moved at all. So now I'm going to see if I can actually get some guavas on it. That would be nice, because those were really, really good. This was another little project that I took on. I put some of our landscape fabric from Grower Solutions down and put some tomato cages, some of the trellising and stuff that I use on it. All that stuff was over here, and it was getting really grown up. And I have absolutely zero issue with snakes. However, you know, the right ones, if you know what I mean. But this was just so overgrown, looked like crap. So, still got some wood there that I've got to deal with. But I cleaned all of this out, moved it over here, and got this area weeded. And then Mike came over, and my son Michael came over and did that strawberry guava for me. And this is our weedy, wild, and beautiful sweet potato patch. You know, you can't get in and weed between sweet potatoes. This edge is just, it was never really planted, and I tried to get in here and weed it, but the sweet potatoes had already, yeah, we'll deal with it when we deal with it. Sweet potatoes first. But I am starting to see some die off following these absolutely beautiful blooms that I'll bring you over and show you. Again, maybe this is your first video watching us, or you're not familiar with this patch. This is Georgia Jets and Centennial. And Ben planted about 25 of each, I believe. Ben, the sweet potato patch is kicking, buddy. Your daddy came out here, David came out and looked at it yesterday. He's like, wow, is that our sweet potatoes? Yeah, it is. I put one row, way before they got this big, I put one row of the landscape fabric right here, so that hopefully when we come in, you know, we can just kind of push these vines back. I'll probably donate these vines to my daughter-in-law's family. One of my bestest friends has pigs and chickens, so her mama, and they help, so these sweet potato vines will definitely go to use. And in return, we get pork and eggs, so I really can't complain. I'm always sending the chickens and the... Look at that sweet potato bloom, isn't that beautiful? But you can see after it blooms, I'm starting to get that die back. And that really wouldn't be so drought responding, I guess. I don't know. It wouldn't be because we're in a drought. I have some volunteer zinnias popping up in there that are so pretty. And I just mowed all of this. I just came through and mowed all of these down. This has grown back in like 2 days. This is not a lot of days worth of growth. But I'm just going to let it go because we're about to yank it up anyway. Probably another week or two. I'll keep an eye on the dieback. See if I can bring you guys some of these. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. The blooms are so pretty. But when they start dying back, that's when harvest begins. So that will probably happen in the next couple of weeks. And over here is my corn, popping up in rows. Y'all familiar with that country song? I have been for a long time. And as we walk in, got to take a quick look at the muscadines. I don't think Aunt Linda watches my videos, but she said the next time she saw this arbor, she wanted to see muscadines growing on it. So there you go. I actually have another one too that was kind of over behind me when I was showing you the sweet potatoes, the blooms. Last time I counted, there were 85 stalks growing in here. I might see a few more if I came back and counted again. I don't know. But this is our peaches and cream corn from Hostels. I've got some spots in here that I might come in and reseed that don't seem to have taken, but not much. I mean, you can look around. This germination has been insane. Insane good. Happy girl. Happy girl. On our edge, I've got sunflowers and zinnias planted. I know that corn is not pollinated with pollinators, well aware, but why not put something pretty on your edges? There's some moringa that's popping up that used to be planted in here, and I'm not going to be one that ever takes moringa out. So I've got one there and one over here in the corner that I've spotted so far. I planted some sunflowers and stuff along that edge too, but they don't seem to have taken so well. That's okay. I'm going to get something over there. But this is our corn popping up in rows all over the place. There went one of them nasty grasshoppers. Thank God it flew away. Yeah, like I said, I counted 85 in here the last time I counted. Corn's looking real good. Real happy with the way this is looking. I'm going to come out and try to get some good pictures later. I've invited a friend of mine over that does photography and see if she wanted to do some pictures of my gardens. She doesn't let me know when she's coming yet. I'm sure she'll come. I just don't know when. And out here will be where I'm not planting dogs, I promise. Although I'd take a couple more, I'm not planting dogs. Hey, Oreo. Hey, Oreo. This is our old lady. She's the old girl. And she's a great dog. She's a pit lab mix, and she is not a young girl. But, no, here comes the young'un. But she's a good girl. She can't be beat. I'm so thankful for that young lady. Or young lady, old lady. Yeah. I think she's 11 or 12 now. I'm not sure. And Miss Cora, my youngest pup, who just had a year birthday. I mean, my youngest pup. On the outside of this plot, we've got some more red roselle growing. We've got some butterfly pia happening. My daughter-in-law will be so happy to see that. Some more roselle. There's some zinnias popping up, some sunflowers popping up. A lot of the things that I tried to get planted for the wedding that didn't take are starting to do great now. Grr. But that's okay. That's okay. Out here, trying to plant a little bit of shade on the outsides of this. Have some Mexican sunflower right there. Looks like I need to harvest seed actually. And I chopped and dropped some Mexican sunflower out here hoping that I'd get some more. This is going to be our fall garden of tomatoes, probably some peppers, and then I'm probably going to incorporate the brassicas out here too. I know that's not necessarily advised. I can plug my second round of brassicas in where the corn, no, I'd rather not, because I put brassicas there last year. But when I harvest corn, I'll have a lot more space. So I don't know, might let it a plot or two rest for the fall. I'm not sure yet. But we, this is going to be planted. It's just got to be planted in the fall. This is not a great place to put a lot of things in the heat because it is such a brutal full sun garden that things just get And I was going to put my corn out there, and then I changed my mind. So the way I laid the ground, the landscape fabric made me change my mind. I didn't want to burn a hole for every kernel of corn that I was planting. So I opted to go this route and put the corn here and just leave some spacing. If you didn't catch it, I'm doing the landscape fabric so that I can hopefully cut down on weeding a little bit. Look at this beauty. This is the wrong side, I bet. Yep. I'm going to see if I can bring you guys around. This is the prettiest. It looks like my... Are y'all seeing it? I can't see what you're seeing. Let's see. If I use my finger. Anyway. Looks like a butterfly pea, but it's a lighter purple. And the leaves are different. And the seed pods are much, much smaller. Definitely the same species. Is it the same species? Same family? Whatever. Mulberries are doing amazing. This tree does really well. This tree doesn't do bad. Moringa is probably, I don't know, at least 2 stories tall. David said the other day, "You gonna cut that down?" I'm like, I just did. Yes, I will, but I just did. I did. I cut it and planted some around the plot that's empty right now. So, we have moringa. I love my moringa. It goes in almost everything I eat. As a matter of fact, one of the things I might do today is make some moringa powder. I want you to stay tuned. I've got some information. I was going to bring it to you on this one, but I'm going to bring you what's seed started for fall on another video, and I'm going to bring you some information about some egg laying things that we might be getting ready for. Yeah, I might be getting ready for some chickens. So you guys stay tuned. We'll let you know that. We'll show you that as things progress. They already are, but I'll bring you a video and I can give you some good up-to-date information. Until then, you know, more information, more content. Until then, stay safe, stay dry, keep growing food. Love you and appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.